This year has been packed with games, but there's one game in particular that I've been waiting for quite some time, and that is Sea of Stars. But before I get into that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We are trying to get 500 subscribers, so every subscriber there helps. Also, don't forget to go ahead and share the channel. That does help out a lot. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars is an RPG developed by Sabotage Studios. If you don't know who they are, they're actually the team behind The Messenger, which in my opinion is probably one of the best games to come out in a very long time. The Messenger is an action, I guess you could call it Metroidvania-like game, where basically you're a ninja and it's played like a, not a platformer, but you can think of it again like a Metroidvania and slash like Ninja Gaiden-like game. But it's a game that I really enjoyed, and it's actually one of those games that got me to fall in love with, well, video games again. It came out at a time when I was kind of bored of games and I didn't know what to look forward to. And here comes The Messenger. Played it, loved every bit of it. Very excited to try out Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars though is like completely different from The Messenger, where The Messenger was actually an action Metroidvania like game. This is more of an RPG, and when I mean an RPG, I really mean an RPG. You see, Sea of Stars is actually heavily inspired by RPGs of the SNES era. For example, you can see the Chrono Trigger inspiration, where you're in a seamless world map, or rather a seamless world, and you get into a battle. Pretty much everything is done in one screen. You're not changing to a different screen where you have to go ahead and set up the battlefield. No, the battlefield is basically where you're walking at. Enemies and monsters will go ahead and appear, the menus will pop up, and then you are ready to go ahead and battle. But you can also see the influence of Mario RPG, where, for example, if you go ahead and do a move such as, throwing a boomerang, you're going to see that it will give you the ability to press A again to go ahead and continue throwing the boomerang after every hit. Or if you're trying to charge up a fireball, you just quickly tap B, and that's going to allow you to go ahead and grow that fireball bigger to eventually you go ahead and shoot it off. But that's not the only game you can see the influence of. You can actually see some of the influences from something like Secret of Mana in this game. For example, you can go ahead and see there's a giant like golem looking creature where once you go inside him, you go inside like this ball and he picks up the ball and throws it. That is definitely a Secret of Mana callback. Like, I can't think of any other game that has something like that, because I mean, it's something that stuck with me for a very long time. Until this day, I don't think anybody else has ever recreated that. If somebody has, definitely leave it in the comment section below, because I'd like to know what other game has that feature. But going back to the Chrono Trigger callbacks, he also got Yasunori Mitsuda, who was the composer of Chrono Trigger, to go ahead and become a guest composer for Sea of Stars. And I think that's pretty amazing. Now, he's only going to be a guest composer, meaning that he's only going to do a few of the tracks. He's not going to do every single track. But they already have shared some of his songs, and honestly, they're pretty dope. I mean, everything Yasunori Mitsuda does is pretty amazing. He's done Xenoblade Chronicles music. Like, I love the opening theme of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that was done by him. I think it's amazing. I believe he also did the opening theme for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, or the menu theme, whatever you want to call it. And they're all great work. Everything that he's done is really great. He's done Xenogears, he's done a couple of other games, but everything that he touches, I mean, honestly, is amazing. So I'm very excited to hear the new tracks that he's composed for Sea of Stars. And honestly, with this information, I was already sold. Being inspired by Chrono Trigger, seeing the Chrono Trigger callbacks, having Yasunori Mitsuda as the composer, all those things sound great, but you might want to know a little bit more about the game, so let's go ahead and dive into a little bit of the deeper details of the game. Sea of Stars takes place in the Messenger universe, so we're bound to see callbacks to the Messenger, but the thing is, this is actually a prequel, so we're actually going to have to be hunting down things such as what is going on, how does the world of Sea of Stars turn into the world of the Messenger, and kind of see all the references. They did state that we will see the references, or we will notice the references by the end of the game, so I'm super excited to see where this is going. We can already see that there is a red dragon that's kind of sleeping on the world map, and I believe that's the same dragon that we do see in the Messenger. Now, I can't prove that. I don't know if it is or if it has been proven already, but I'm pretty sure they're the same being, but I guess we'll have to wait and see until the game comes out. Now, as far as gameplay goes, it looks like there will be multiple characters in your party. As far as the demo goes, there was only 3, but they did show a 4th, and I believe there are also 2 extra spots, so it looks like you might have a total of 6 characters. But one neat thing they did add to this game is being able to swap out your party members. We can see in the new launch trailer that they released actually today, where basically you can go ahead and choose an option to go ahead and swap out your characters, and then you can choose an attack from there. I think that's pretty neat. I do like games that allow you just to switch your party members on the fly. It's very useful. It brings another layer of strategy. I mean, honestly, when you look back at it, I think Final Fantasy X was one of the first games to allow you to do that. No, I lie. Breath of Fire 4 did that. I don't know why I wasn't thinking Breath of Fire 4, but yeah, Breath of Fire 4 did do something like that, and it is kind of cool. I do like being able to swap out your party members. So like I said, it just brings another layer of strategy to the game. You should really have to think, okay, who do I have to use? Who can I swap out? When should I swap out? And so forth. So I do like that they're allowing you to do that. As far as overall gameplay though, it's basically like Chrono Trigger, so you can see a lot of resemblance to Chrono Trigger. Like I mentioned earlier, there is also the Mario RPG or the Mario and Luigi elements, or Paper Mario, right? Elements to the gameplay where if you're doing certain skills, you can go ahead and kind of like rebound a boomerang or charge up a fireball. Or there's a bunch of other moves that would allow you to be more, I guess, interactive. It's always a neat feature to have. I did love that, like, for example, the Gunblade in Final Fantasy VIII had that. I'm sorry, in Lost Odyssey, there was a similar I guess Lost Odyssey is technically Final Fantasy, right? But anyways, in Lost Odyssey, there's definitely a similar element to gameplay in there. You can go ahead and basically, when you equip these rings, you can go ahead and press the trigger to go ahead and do like a critical attack or whatever the case might be. We can also see that at the end of a battle, when it's time to level up, it looks like you do get like bonus points to level up certain things. That's pretty neat. Like the other game that I know that lets you do that is Mario and Luigi. Specifically, I've been playing Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Sorry, I had to think about that for a minute. I've been playing Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story, and honestly, I love the battle system there, and I do like how you're able to get these bonus points and you can like upgrade, for example, your strength or your HP or something like that. There is something similar in this game, so I do like it. I like that they're pulling inspiration from all these other very high-end RPGs, and, you know, stuff that I played throughout my childhood. In certain games that I've been playing, like today, for example, again, Bowser's Inside Story is my first time actually playing. I've been playing on my 3DS. I do like to see that they're calling back to that. There might have been other games that utilize that method. I might not think about it right now, and actually, now that I think about it, I don't know of any other games that utilize a method where after you beat a battle, there's bonus points there. But I do like that they're utilizing all these different features there. Honestly, it's a homage to what RPGs used to be, the greatness they used to be. Not saying that all RPGs today are bad. We did have something like Chained Echoes, which was another indie RPG that I really enjoy. Haven't finished that yet, but I do want to finish that. But it's nice to see that they're pulling out these callbacks, and again, because of things like this, I think this might be my game of the year. And I guess before everybody starts going all crazy, well, Tears of the Kingdom came out this year. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom did come out this year, but this is a game you don't want to miss out on. Sea of Stars comes out August 29th. I am super excited to play this game. It's going to be available on all platforms, so whether you have a Switch, an Xbox, PlayStation, or of course a Steam Deck or a PC, I guess, right? You can play it on all those platforms. It is also going to be available on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus, which I think is pretty cool. It's probably the first time a game's been available on both subscription services, which I think is nice. Me personally, I'm probably going to pick it up either on Switch or on PC. I don't know. I'm either gonna play it on my Steam Deck or my Switch. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, the Switch has the OLED display, which makes things look a lot better, specifically with that art style, but I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But I might also pick it up on PlayStation, might pick it up on Xbox. I don't know. I'm gonna pick it up on all the platforms, right? Because if this game is gonna be that amazing, I'm probably gonna own it up on all platforms there. The neat thing is, as of right now, they are digital, but they are coming out with physical copies too, which is pretty cool. So keep an eye out for those. I believe they're coming out later on next year, but you will be able to pick up a physical copy. So I'm excited for that. I will definitely pick up a physical copy for sure. But what do you think about Sea of Stars? Are you excited to play this game? I know I'm very excited. I mean, I've said it multiple times. I can't wait to play this game. This is an RPG I've been wanting for a very long time, and I'm happy that we're having like this renaissance of RPGs. I mean, last year we had quite a few that Square Enix pulled out. Of course, we got the Pixel remasters. We got games like Live Alive. There's also Octopath Traveler 2. It's nice to see that we're just getting a lot of classic-ish RPGs, right? Chained Echoes was a nice indie RPG that, again, was kind of going back to like things like Xenogears. Also putting a little bit of like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy in there. Another great RPG. If you haven't checked that out, definitely recommend checking that out. So I'm so happy that they're doing this. Hopefully Square takes a look at it and realizes, hey, these are the RPGs we need. No offense to Final Fantasy 16, but I need something that's a lot more, I don't know, interactive, I guess you could say. And I just feel like these RPGs were just, I don't know, the best thing ever. Maybe I'm old, I don't know. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to follow us over at Twitch. Like I said, we're trying to hit 500 subscribers. Every subscriber really does help us out for sure. Go ahead and also share the channel, because if you really like what we're doing here, you're going to definitely share the channel. My name is James from the Random Encounter, and I'll see you guys next time.